Hello, this is how Lady Susan Hussey's questioning of Ngozi Fulani transformed into racism. So the conversation begins rather innocently. And so it starts off with Lady Susan Hussey, I'll call her Lady SH, asking Ngozi, "Where are you from?" And I think from this conversation, for me, it seems like there was a misunderstanding between the two. Because I guess Lady SH is asking, "Where are you coming from?" Not what organization are you coming from. But Ngozi, Miss Ngozi, rightly answered Sister Space, because if, when I was a student at the university and maybe we went on a work related event and you asked me, "Where are you from?" I would have said, "The University of Hull," because that's who I was representing. And where or what country I'm coming from would have nothing to do with the conversation at that point. And so, because obviously Lady SH thinks Ngozi has not understood what she's asking, she proceeds to ask the question again. "No, where do you come from?" And so Ngozi said, "Oh, we're based in Hackney." I don't know how to pronounce that. But at that point, it seems fairly innocent. There's no racism, there's no, you can't sense any ill towards each other at this point of the conversation. Let's go on. So at this point, the conversation becomes a bit uneasy because now Lady SH goes directly, she's still persisting, like she wants more details, and she's like, "No, what part of Africa are you from?" No, she's being direct. Still at this point, I don't see any racism. And Ngozi says, "I don't know, they didn't leave any records." So at this point, if someone, I think you can sense Ngozi does not want to answer this question, and Lady SH should not have persisted. She should have read into the situation. Obviously, "Where are you from?" is quite a common question, and a lot of us, whether you're white or black or brown, you'll have been asked this question. But at some point in the conversation, if you sense someone is being a bit off, you won't persist asking them where they're from. If I ask someone, if I meet a black person and ask them, "Where are you from?" and they say, "I'm from London," and I ask, "Oh, but were you born in the UK?" And they don't want to, they don't want to answer that, I won't persist. You stop. So anyway, Lady SH decides to continue with her questioning. And still at this point, I won't call it racism, but you can see it's becoming a bit too much. She's like, "I'm gonna get my answer from you, whether you like it or not." And so she says, "Well, you must know where you're from. I spent time in France. Where are you from?" And so finally Ngozi says, "Here, UK." For me, as far as I'm concerned, that is where the conversation should have ended, but obviously not for Lady SH. And so the questioning continues. So Lady SH decides to persist. And she's like, "No, but what nationality are you?" I don't think Lady SH understands what the term nationality means, because there are several ways of acquiring nationality depending on the country. You could acquire British nationality, maybe by birth, and also for some other people, you can acquire it by, a citizen test, or by living here a given amount of time and then applying for it, and then you become a British citizen. And so you can say, "I'm a British national." And so Ngozi explains it and says, "I'm born here, I'm British." The conversation should have ended at that point, but no, Lady SH had to persist. And she went on and asked, "No, but where do you really come from? Where do your people come from?" And I think if this is how Ngozi responded, you can see she's being a bit now irritated by the conversation. And Lady SH, being British, she should have easily read into that. And Ngozi says, "My people? Lady, what is this?" So obviously, give up. She's already said she's British. And obviously, within her right, she does not need to tell you, my parents came from this country or whatever. It does not mean she's less proud. And also for a lot of people on the internet who keep saying how you're dressed, how she was dressed, it showed like she was not British. That's a bit that's a bit of a racist thing to do. How you're dressed does not determine where you're coming from. How I dress, does not mean I'm British or I'm less Kenyan or whatever it is. So anyway, here we go. So Lady SH asks, "Oh, I can see I'm going to have a challenge getting you to say where you're from. When did you first come here?" At this point, the conversation has already turned racist because she said, "I was born in the UK, I'm a British national." But Lady SH seems determined to prove you're not British. Where are you from? And as I said before, it doesn't matter how she was dressed. If she says she's British, leave her alone. What is she trying to prove at this point? So Ngozi says, "I'm a British national. My parents came here in the 50s when," and Lady SH says, "Oh, I knew we'd get there in the end. You're Caribbean." Ngozi says, "No, I am of African heritage, Caribbean descent, and British nationality." So in the end, that persistent questioning, or from the persistent questioning, it seems like Lady SH was trying to prove Ngozi was not British. And the fact that her parents were not born in the UK, it means she was not British. And I think for me that's what makes it racist. It's the persistent questioning. Even after one, you can see this person does not want to answer. And even after they've answered, you still want to persist and ask, where are you from? No, where are you really from? She was trying to prove Ngozi was not British. In summary, Lady Susan Hussey shouldn't, or Hussey, however you pronounce her name, she shouldn't have touched or moved Ngozi's hair without her permission. If my name badge or tag is covered by my hair, just ask me what my name is. You don't have to push my hair aside. I don't think for any race that would be okay. And then, and this is in summary, I think what makes it racist, it's the endless, persistent, relentless questioning from Lady Susan Hussey, who seemed to be trying to prove Ngozi Fulani was not British. That is what made this conversation racist. And as I said before, how she was dressed does not make her any less British. And I think as Ngozi Fulani said, she did not want this lady to be fired, but it's so important for people working in such important institutions, like Buckingham Palace, other government offices, to be able to differentiate between nationality and ancestry. Obviously, her ancestors were not born or did not, they were not from the UK, but her nationality is British. So it's very important for people to learn that, to differentiate that, especially when you work for such a high office. And so enough of my babbling. That is why I think what she did was racist. Thank you.